There are cars that roar, and then there are cars that whisper power in a language only your instincts understand. The 2026 Audi Q9 RS is one of those rare machines that doesn't need noise to be noticed. It commands attention through sheer presence. Wrapped in a deep matte gray that drinks in light like a shadow given form. It looks as though it was hewn from the night itself. Sitting under a soft glow, it doesn't appear parked, it feels poised, coiled, ready to pounce. Every line suggests movement before motion has even begun. This is not evolution. It's revolution, the boldest leap Audi has ever taken. The Q9 RS isn't content refining the familiar. It redefines what a performance SUV can mean. When you're in its presence, words take a back seat. You don't think in comparisons anymore, you simply feel. The Q9 RS has that rare sentient quality. It seems self-aware, as if it knows just how extraordinary it is. Wide and graceful, muscular yet intelligent, there's a balance between exile and invitation. Nothing about it screams for attention, because it has already earned it. It's a statement of quiet dominance, not an audition. The matte gray finish transforms as light moves, a chameleon of metal and shadow. It creates the illusion of infinite depth, the kind of tone that makes the surrounding air feel cooler. Stare long enough, and you'll begin to wonder where its form ends and the darkness begins. Then, piece by piece, the details emerge. Razor-edged DRLs slicing across the front fascia like twin blades. A honeycomb grille, redesigned with new geometry and menace. The subtle RS badge gleams with authority, a whisper of heritage, not a shout of marketing. It's a design born from restraint and purpose. Each panel, each curve, is a story told in steel. The hood slopes gently into the reimagined face, a meeting of elegance and intimidation that few marques could balance. No wasted gestures, no drama for its own sake. Audi's designers have crafted something that feels inevitable, as if this shape was waiting all along to be discovered. From the side, the Q9 RS becomes sculpture, a profile that fuses grand touring grace with SUV strength. Long, balanced, deliberate. The subtle flair of its wheel arches gives it a stance that borders on predatory, even at rest. The forged alloy wheels, finished in gunmetal silver with red calipers peeking from behind, feel alive. The roofline flows with perfect tension, neither coupe-like compromise nor boxy utilitarianism, but a rare sweet spot between the two. Move to the rear, and the design crescendos. A continuous light bar stretches across the tail, glowing like a strand of molten glass when illuminated. It communicates with animations that feel almost alive, like the car acknowledging your presence. Quad exhausts rest below, wide and purposeful, ready to deliver the soundtrack of restrained thunder. Turn the key, or rather, press the pulse-sensitive start, and that 4.4-liter hybridized V8 answers with a deep, confident rumble. It's less engine noise, more heartbeat. Tap the throttle and the sound tightens into a magnetic growl. It's not telling the world it's powerful, it's reminding it. Beneath the artistry sits engineering brilliance. This new Q9 RS marks the next stage of Audi's hybrid performance legacy. Electric precision pairs with combustion fury to create thrust both instant and intoxicating. 0 to 60 flashes by in under 4 seconds. Impossible for something this large, yet absolutely natural once you feel it. The torque curve doesn't spike. It rises smooth, linear, relentless. The hybrid system doesn't fill gaps. It completes the experience, making every surge of acceleration feel orchestrated rather than forced. But speed is only half its genius. The Quattro system, now predictive rather than reactive, reads surface friction hundreds of times a second. It assigns power almost telepathically. You never sense the system working, you simply sense perfection. The steering? Sharper, more communicative, returning human warmth to digital precision. The adaptive suspension seems to know what you want before you do, shifting instantly between serenity and sharpness. 1 minute you're gliding over glass. The next, you're carving curves that feel sculpted just for you. For a 6,000-pound SUV, it doesn't just move, it dances. Then comes the interior. A world where restraint meets obsession. Step inside, and you're met with minimalist theater. The design is clean, but not sterile. Purposeful, but luxurious. Every element lives exactly where it belongs, no decoration without intention. The cabin feels like a private jet that decided to become a masterpiece of automotive design. The theme flows subtly from outside to inside. The matte gray exterior reappears in stitching, ambient tones, and interface graphics. Every surface blends Alcantara, carbon fiber, and brushed aluminum with surgical precision. The seats cradle you not in constraint, but in connection. Supportive yet supple, firm yet inviting. They communicate security rather than stiffness. The start button glows softly, pulsing in rhythm with your own heartbeat as the cabin awakens. Tiny details like this are what turns starting an engine into ceremony. The OLED infotainment display arcs around the driver, curving just enough to envelop you without enclosing you. The augmented reality head-up display projects not just speed, but animation. The road ahead, rendered in dynamic geometry that predicts terrain and traffic flow. Drive, and the Q9 RS answers with elegance belying its mass. The hybrid torque launches you forward, not with violence, but with authority, every surge meticulously measured. On open highway, it becomes fluid, poised, invincible. On winding mountain roads, it reads your intent, adjusting everything, steering weight, damping, throttle mapping before you even finish your thought. You feel symbiosis, not separation. In motion, the sound design astonishes. At cruising speeds, serenity, whisper quiet insulation, and electric glide. But cross that invisible line into aggression, and the composure fractures into music. The V8 roar layers over an electric hum to produce a tone unlike anything else, mechanical yet melodic, primal yet refined. It's lightning contained, thunder restrained. Every rev tingles, every downshift hums with satisfaction. And then the technology quietly takes over. Invisible yet omnipresent, Audi's AI assistant doesn't obey like a servant. It anticipates like an ally. It knows your routes, your moods, your patterns. It tunes the lighting when your heartbeat rises, adjusts cabin scent when stress builds, lowers suspension when it senses sharp bends from GPS terrain mapping. It's eerie, personal, almost compassionate. You're not commanding machinery, you're engaging in dialogue with design. Night driving reveals its most haunting side. When the rest of the world darkens, that matte gray finish shimmer fades under streetlight glow, as if it's inhaling city light and exhaling calm. Every surface gleams softly, not from polish, but from presence. Inside, the cabin becomes cinematic. LEDs trace contours, reflections move along carbon fiber with hypnotic pace. It feels like driving confidence itself, quiet, unbreakable, absolute. You start noticing how people look at it differently. Not with envy or curiosity, but respect. They don't see ostentation, they see intention. The Q9 RS doesn't need to compete with the loudest names in performance luxury. It surpasses them by refusing to play their game. It's an object lesson in the art of controlled aggression, dominance that's silent, sophistication that isn't fragile. After a few days, the car stops feeling like possession and starts feeling like extension. Every motion, every reaction becomes intuitive. It's neither tool nor toy, it's partnership. And as the drive ends, as the lights dim and that subtle hum fades, you take a long look back. The matte gray surface reflects the world around it like brushed shadow. Nothing gleams, but everything notices. The 2026 Audi Q9 RS isn't just Audi's new flagship. It's a manifesto on how power should behave. Stronger when silent, smarter when calm, and infinitely more commanding when it doesn't need to raise its voice.